So today we are talking about YYGS application. We will fill whole application one by one. And there was an so there was an YYGS alumni Rick. So hello Rick.
Hi, Krishna.
Yeah. So we are starting from the scratch. We are starting from zero level. We are just making our accounts, how to make our YYGS application account, how to start and how to fill everything and how to deal some problems because there are many problems like how to submit your transcript or which format we have to submit. So there are many kind of things. So we will explain everything by practice or by practical. So let's get started. Rick, something about yourself, like when you apply to YYGS or experiences about YYGS.
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Eric. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Mexico, and currently I'm a junior at high school here in Mexico. So I'm an alumni from YYGS, as said before. I attend YYGS this summer, 2022, in the session three. So I applied, for this year, and so it was online. It was completely online, but I still enjoy it at the most possible, and it was really interactive for me. So I think that's a little bit of me.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. So let's get started. From making the YYGS account. So let's get started.
Wanna create a new one, perhaps? So here you will, there's like a tab for you to start like a new application for the YYGS program, and then you just click it, and here says for the 2023 YYGS application. You just click on create application, and then it will appear an open application button, and you just check like your eligibility, and just see like what are the requirements, and the components that will be in this application. And so just like to make sure that you meet all the requirements, you just say yes, I mean all the wages eligibility requirements, and you will to continue, and then he will appear your application. In this case, for this one, session preferences, it is up to you, like your schedule, your just like when are you available. So like you will choose like between these three sessions, and then like here will be like your topic preference too. Like in these sessions there are like four topics for each one, so then you can choose like one from these four. So I will just choose and also like you can choose only one, or you can choose two or three, or even like the four of them. So you can have like some more choices. If you weren't accept to one, then you will have like more chances to get accepted into other ones. But I would say like you can put like I want three. That's why I recommend, like really, like you don't need all of the four of them. Like if you are interested in one or two or like three, that's enough. So just like my first one, I'll put like this one, then my second one like this, my third one, this one, right? So then like after you put like your three preferences, in this case I chose for putting three. Then it will appear like some short answer essays, I would say. So then on this one, please explain why you chose the session above, including your reasoning for how you run each session. So it is just like about explaining like why you chose like this order, like of your preferences, and you just explain like in 100 words. And here's also a short answer for explaining why you chose to apply to YYGS specifically, and why you will be a great fit for the program. So I think this questions more like for yourself, like it is like here starts the thing that will reflect yourself, like why you will be a good candidate for the program, and why are you standing out from other people that are also applying to the program. So I think here you can really like show yourself. And then for the day preference, which days are you available to attend YGS? Then there are like 3 sessions, and here are the days for it. So you can put all of the 3 or just like one of them. So I'll put like these 2, and then you will have to choose like one for your first choice. Then I will choose the session 1, and then it asks you to explain your responses above, including both your availability across all 3 sessions days, as well as your first choice session days. So you just like to explain why you chose those sessions and why you chose like your first choice, the session 1 in this case. So yeah, so this part is about your preferences, your session preferences and dates. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah. Or I think choosing more than one session is good idea, because if you are choosing you are available only for first session, it will reduce your chances, I think. Yeah,
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 yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So try to choose more than one session.
Yeah, that's correct. Um, and then here it's more personal. So you put your name, you fill out your address, your emails over here, your phone number, your birth date, and your citizenship information. That's all for this part. Yeah, it's like really basic. It's like some basic information about you. Um, and then we had your family information, that is also like really basic about one of your parent or guardian. So you put their name, and just like if they're living, and also like their cell phone, and also their email has to be different from yours. It has to be a different one, your education level, and if your parent or guardian employed, and also like if there are any additional things you would like them to know about you, parent or guardian. And then you can also add a second one if you want. So yeah, this also like about just about your like parent or guardian to have like a contact, like a audio contact for this program. And then we have the household information. So this one, I think it's about like your house, like your family, or more about your household information. Like, so how many people do you live with permanently? And also like if there anyone who is age 19 or older, and all this information about like who live with you, like in your home, like just like in your home. And then yeah, and then any additional relatives or members in your household. So yeah, like perhaps in this case could be like any of your cousins or aunts, I don't know, like if you just live with your parents, then this will be like easier to fill out. But yeah. And yeah, and also like if you want to share anything additionally for your household information, you can share it here. And then oh, this is more about your education instructions. Yeah, for your transcript, here's like a kind of explanation of what is an official transcript and information does YYGS need. So they will need your previous courses and your current courses, and also the date that you received it. So you can see like they take grades that I received from 9th grade. That means like from your freshman year of high school. So yeah, like including while you were ages like 14, 15, and 16 years old. So it was like before like the freshman year or the sophomore year, if you are in 10th grade or 11th grade. So depends, but you have to send the grades from 9th grade, and your current courses, and they receive it. And also so what should you do if you attend more than one school? So then you have to send like your current school transcript, and also the school that you attend before. But if your school, the current school, if your current school has the transcript of your past school, then that's already fine. Like your school can provide both of them, but if not, you have to provide like your new one and the past one. So yeah. Um, yeah, and also yes, yeah, and if you have any questions like regarding your transcript, like if your school has different system grading you or anything about that, then you can contact them. But here are some of the specifications that they will need you to send as transcript. Um, so yeah. Yeah, here you will start like by adding your school and your school official. You can be your coordinator or administrator. So here are some of the important step-by-step instruction here. So you at a school institution, so it is your school, the school that you are attending currently. And so if your school isn't on the drop-down list, then you can just type like the information and click save for the school that isn't in that list. And also yeah, and only add the schools that you were in grade 9 and 10 and 11 and so on. But yeah, you may enter up to 4 schools as school official. So it is person, well, yeah, person could manage like the grades or your education in the school that you're attending. As I said, it can be someone like your coordinator or your administrator that can like really like after to send the transcript to them, like the official ones. So yeah, and also yeah, you use the step 3 is to continue and the confirmation just to make sure that you are sure with your institution that you're at and also the school official. So yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah.
and yeah, Rick, please can you like add institute like procedure of
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so here, for example, if I add like mine, it wouldn't show. So just let you to see like how it would be. Um, so mine is like this, and it will say no matches found. Then you just leave it like that, and it is like always safe when you click on save. And then here you put like your CEB, that is like a code from your school. So yeah, you can find it or ask it to your coordinator or administrator, and here you put the country of your school, yeah, where your school is. And in my case, I will put Mexico. My city is Mexico. Then your region, your state. Then the days attended. So I started attending it on October 2021. And then you can like when are you going to graduate from this school, then you can like kind of imagine or guess about it if you aren't sure, or you can also ask to your coordinator about it. So perhaps I'm graduating in 2024. Yeah, the level of studies high school it will appear here, and then like your grade, like your GPA, like on a scale of, you can say in my case is 10. If for like US grading system it will be like 4, but in my case like I'm in Mexico, so it will be 10. And it will be like just putting like your grade. I would say like your overall grade until now. So it just like a random one, and then like I don't know. This has to be like mandatory because my school doesn't do any runs. But let me see if it does. Well, it does. It can be saved without class run. So yeah, and then like after that, it will let you to add your school official. Then if it is my institution here, then her name, just like her name, her last name, and then just put what is the position title. So she is my coordinator, and then the telephone, the number, and
email.
then
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Type my email crosstheskylimits@gmail.com.
I'll put it here, and yeah. And I don't know if it will need like the telephone because I have applied to some other programs and it is mandatory, but I don't know for this. Yeah, it is mandatory for this program. So yeah, and there you go. And then like they will contact like after you send your whole application, they will perhaps contact your school official for some official transcript. And so yeah, that's the purpose. And for your education part two, you will have to upload an official transcript by yourself. And I mean, this is optional, but even though I will suggest you to upload it, like just like to have it like for them to analyze before a little bit, like you already had like a something as I don't know, like just well, because like this is optional, then you can like if you have it available like at your time when you are completing the application, then you can upload it. But if you think you really don't have the transcript available, then you can leave it like that. But yeah, it is up if you have it or not. So
Yeah, yeah. Or when you like adding the email of your school, any person, he just got a receive a email. Can I share my screen for 2 minutes?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got an email like in just 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, it's like quite fast. Okay, so you got an email. Your school officials received the email. Okay, so you can see that directly has requested as an submit an official transcript to our program. Okay, so like that. Okay, so transcript. So you have to upload your transcript. Okay, so where first of all you just have to complete a form. So your teacher have to complete this form or create account. Okay, so it's okay, my name, coordinator, telephone, okay, email, street address. I have to put street address. Okay, so anything, okay, state, okay, random. Okay, so I have to upload transcript. Okay, first transcript optional. If like you have a more than one transcript, like if you are studying your 11th grade in another school or 12th grade from another school. Okay, so if you are attending more than one school in your high school, so you have to upload, okay, more than one transcripts. Or if you have only one school or you are studied your whole high school, so you have to upload only one transcript. Okay, so you can, your teacher have to upload transcript from here. Then additional information like label student be following date. Okay, so on which date? On January 10, 2023, you are a student, like you are on which class, will which class. So yeah, I can say that yeah, senior. Okay, if you any helpful for YBGS form transcript submission. Okay, if I like, if your teacher want to get any kind of help, so he just can like type here. Okay, which kind of help, so I don't want to get any help. And submission, please be sure above the submitting is form below, thank you. And I just have to write my legal name, so which is just change it. Okay, so I, if you like Krishna, your teacher have to write his full legal name. Okay, full legal name and submit. Okay, so before submitting, like I'm trying to submit, but it not be submitted because I have to submit any one like any one transcript. Okay, so I just submitting any random transcript or random document, like okay, I submit it. And after that, okay, okay, so successfully, okay, successfully we have received your school report. Okay, got it, so it's completed. Now Eric, please can you continue?
yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, after doing all this about submitting transcript, then below here is there's school information. So you just have your provide your school name. Then if where it's located in a rural, suburban, or a urban in a city. So you just have to choose from here. And also like if your school is private or public or even like mission or religious, or if it's other, then you can put it. Then your grade level and graduation date. So what grade level will you be in the following dates in January 10 of 2023. So for example, if you are now in 10th grade, then you will be still in 10th grade for the next year, right? Because it will be like your next semester. But if you are in 11th grade, then you will be still in 11th grade and 12th, and you will be a senior, right? And here you will have what more than a year will you graduate high school or secondary school. So here usually it will like appear this to say that eligible applicants had to graduate in May or June 2024 or 2025, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, then you had to graduate in November, December 2023 or 2024. And also, like as I said before, if you aren't sure, you can always ask your counselor for it, or like just like you can search. Like I think you should know it, right? Because like your grade, like when are you going to graduate? So yeah, and like if you have any awards here, even though it says optional, like a lot of things here says optional, but here in this one, like if you have like even those small awards like state awards or like in your city awards that are from an organization you have been from, you can also put it. It doesn't have like to be national, international, because in my case, I think I didn't really put any international, neither national ones. So I just put like the ones that I got like from an organization here in my city and also from my school too. So I didn't really put like any like outstanding ones, I would say. So yeah, like just the ones that you feel comfortable putting it, so you can put it here. So yeah. And you can put a list of maximum of 5 previous awards. It can be any honors, scholarship, or fellowships, or even like recognitions, like that you had received, with the dates for sure. So yeah. Then here will appear the English fluency test score. This is also optional, and so they accept this kind of tests. Here are the tests that are listed that they accept for the English fluency, and also like if you attend English school, like English speaking school, what means most of your classes are in English, then you don't have to submit one. And as it is optional, if you don't want to submit one, you can just like go over it and put anything, and that's fine. And I guess I didn't put any like English fluency test score here. I just like went over it and didn't really put anything here. So yeah, but if you want to choose like to submit, then you can add test here, and then you will see the type. For example, I will say TOEFL. Then this the type, if it is computer-based test, internet-based test, or paper-based test, then I will say internet-based test as a sample, and then like in which they do the test, then I will say is it random one, and then it will your composite total score. You will say like I don't know, like perhaps 110, and then you will be the 4 parts: listening, 28, 25. 27, and yeah, just add examples, and then you can save it, and then yeah, and here will be and here will appear like your English fluency test score. So that will be all for this. But yeah, like as it says optional here, you don't really have to put one if you don't want to, right? Yeah. Then here comes the part of recommendation. So in the previous year when I applied, I think they required for 2 recommendations instead of 1, but I think now they reduced to 1. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah. So they say encourage students to connect with teachers, guidance counselors, coaches, or adult club leaders, or even like employers, school officials. So yeah, and here's an important note here: the longer that they know you, the better the recommendation will be. So that is because if someone knows you like for a long time, then I would say they will know you like really good, right? Because like they have been with you most of the time, and they know how you do the things, what's your personality, your character, and that, that's just like what a recommendation may include. And also, but here is an important thing, that you cannot submit your own recommendation, so that's not allowed. And so for, well, the early action deadline is November 2, that is already passed, but for the final deadline to submit a recommendation is January 10, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. EST. Right. So and also something that is not accepted is recommendations from parents or guardians, siblings, relatives, family, friends, or even like paid private tutors or counselors. So these are not accepted for, like, as a recommendation letter, right? So you cannot submit any of these recommendation letters from these people. And so, yeah, for example, like, you add a recommender here. You put like the first name. For example, I just go with a random name here. Then his last name. Mm, then the school organization that this person is from. Perhaps if it is from your school, then you can just type your school name in. Example. Then the week and the position title that this person is having. Like, for example, if it's your teacher, for example, if it's my biology teacher, I will just put biology teacher. Or if it's like your counselor, then you can put like then your school counselor or coordinator. The relationship. So my relationship with this person is that I'm his student. Then the phone number, the email again. So I just put like Krishna email here, reference. Yeah. And then a personal message that you want to send it to the recommender. So it can be like any message, but just a note here that YYGS staff will be able to view the personal message that you send to the recommender. So just be like kind, like be respectful here. So, hi, can you help me by filling out this recommendation? Thanks. Right, just a one phrase sentence. You can just send it to your recommender. And so, yeah, so here, after you have fill all the information of your recommender, then you can put here and send to recommender. And here's already sent to your recommender, and perhaps Krishna should have already sent an email from YGS.
Yeah, I received the email. Okay, so I just got a new email. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got two emails. First is thank you for submitting transcript, or second one is recommendation request. Okay, so I received a second email, link to recommend form. So I just have to click on that form, on that link. Okay, so I just have to choose my student. Like, if you have a more than one student, like I already have a two students. So if you have a more than one student, you have to choose that student, and after that you just have to read everything. Okay, so like instructions, thank you for submit a recommendation on behalf of this student, like that. Okay, and this recommendation form should be submitted as soon as possible, or they have a deadline of 10th of January. Okay, so it's a deadline. There was a like note, like, which is 5GS not accept written letters of recommendation. So like, if you are thinking that you have to write your letter of recommendation for your student on paper, so it's not a good idea. Okay, you have to type the whole recommendation, and then you have to upload it. Okay, so when you complete it, read everything. Okay, and confidentially notice complete YYGS recommendation form are confidential. Our students don't have access to them. Like students who submitting their applications don't have access to check the like everything or recommendation letter of their recommenders. Okay, so it's the confidential. Okay, I just have to check all information, or I have to like type my phone number. Okay, or relationship. Okay, okay, or how long you have know the student. Like if you are connected with that student from 3 years, 2 years, so just choose that time when you like connected to that student first time. Okay, duration. Okay, so second is students rating. Okay, so it depends on different recommenders. If your recommender is like know that yeah, you are a good student, and most of the counselors or recommenders choose the highest one. Okay, so first academic performance. Okay, so in academic performance I choose 9. Drive gift, like please rank the student's motivation, like how was the motivation of that student, or he or she is like uh, facing challenges, or just a like a demotivated person. So if you are thinking that yeah, Eric is a motivated student or like that, so I just have to choose ranking. Okay, and intellectual curiosity, it's about curiosity or desire or requirement material like that, so just choose. Okay, critical thinking, so I am rating 9 in critical thinking, like what was the critical thinking and how skillful the student analyzes the synthesized information. Okay, or learn material to new concepts like that. Or relationship with teachers, like how was the relationship, he is a good or kind with their teachers or other staff members, other school officials. So I just have to rate in his like relationship. Or if I want to share, like if your recommender want to share anything. Okay, so he just have to type there like he is a brilliant, anything, any. Okay, any other information. Okay, or what's about English proficiency. YYGS have a curriculum that the English, so student need to be ready. So just I have to confirm that yeah, that student is fluent in English. So I just have to choose any one of them. Okay, like yeah, see, he is fluent. Okay, or any I want to explain any other response or anything. So I can choose that. What grade level will this student on the following, so it's the same question. Okay, so I have to choose that. Okay, what month the year will be student graduated, so yeah, like he will graduated in 2024, so I can choose that time. Okay, it's random time. Yeah. Okay, it's known by your recommender. The other final recommendation. Yeah, so there was a final recommendation, like what's about this student, is the student like top 20%, top 50%, या फिर top 5%, या फिर one of the top 3 or 2 or 3% in your career. Okay, so just try to like it's totally depend on your counselor. Okay, sorry, recommender. So it's totally depend on that person, and I strongly suggest you like if your recommender like try to write anything, any other information, it will definitely helpful. Okay, so if he or she want to share any other information regarding your application, your character, anything, so it might be helpful. Okay, it might be helpful, so I just have to like write, write anything. Or okay, second is okay, recommendation, like on a scale of 1 on 5, 1 is the weakest and strongest. So what's about is application. Like if your recommender thought that yeah, that student is really great or impactful or is strong, his profile is strong, his or her extracurriculars are really good, interesting, so he can choose the strongest one. Or if you are thinking, if your recommender thinking okay, it's a mandatory like student, or he don't have a like many kind of extracurriculars or achievement, so he can choose 3, 4, anything. Okay, so it's depend on your profile or if your recommenders thinking. Next, certificate, I just have to write my official name. Okay, legal name, so I just write my legal name like that. Okay, so you just be in whole application. Okay, so filling all these information, you just have to submit. Okay, okay, when you submit, you receive your recommender will receive a message that yeah, your application is successfully submitted. Okay, so it's successfully submitted. Okay, so you have to check like you don't have to like only fill the whole application, only everything. You just have to check in the end. Okay, if it shows yeah, successfully received your letter of recommendation, then you can close that window. Otherwise you have to try again. Okay, there are many times some students thought that okay, my teacher is submitted, fill all details and submit it, but end of the day there was some errors, so just recheck. Okay.
Yeah, and also a last tip for here and the recommendation part. So I will always say like for us there are 4 sessions. For example, if you are going to the economic one, so perhaps you can ask to a teacher that is I don't know if you have any entrepreneurship class or any like business related class, then you can ask that teacher as that teacher like knows a bit more about the topic, and also like as you want to get into that session, I think it will be like beneficial for you, and also like I mean the key point there is like the teacher knows you well, right? So for example, you apply into I don't know the humanity one, so any like social sciences class you have, for example like I don't know, ethics class or any classes that are related to social sciences, then you can ask to that teacher to write a recommendation, will fill out a recommendation for you. So that's like more related to your session, and also like you have to choose like which teacher knows you better, and so they can have better understanding of you. So yeah. Then after this, we will go to the activity list. In this one, I would say it's one of the most important part apart from the essay. So in the activity list, you can put any extracurricular activity, community involvement, family responsibility, or other pursuit. So for example, here in my activity one, I can put athletic, well, perhaps academic, and you can say the date that you start this activity. For example, I started in April in 2021. And are you currently participating in this activity? So if you are currently participating in this activity, you can put yes. If not, then you can put no. So if I am, then I will put yes. Hours per week. So like how many hours per week are you participating in this activity? So perhaps you can calculate there a little bit. So perhaps like around 7 hours. Then the name of the activity or organization, for example, if it's academic, then yeah, it can be like you are in your school ambassador program, for example. Um, then your position in this ambassador program or in this activity or organization, it can be that you are I don't know, a leader, volunteer, I don't know, or just a participant, so in this kind of participant. Description. So here the description is what does this activity do. So like like what's the purpose of this activity, the description of it, like just to explain like what does the activity consist of. So perhaps I can say, oh well, in this activity we will usually prepare some events and organize activities for the school, right? In this case, yeah, it can be like like less than 100 characters, so it shouldn't be long. Then here in 100 words, you have to write why is this activity most meaningful to you. So in this part, I think is the most important part, like in the activity section, like explaining why are you participating in this activity or in this organization. So you have to write like your interest for this organization activity, your commitment to it. So just to show like your interest, your passion to this activity, right? So you just write it here like yeah, just like the reason behind it, right? So yeah, and if you want to add any additional activities, you can add it here. For example, like the number of activities you want to add, or if it isn't applicable for you, if you want to have just like one activity, that's fine. But I would say like add one or two if you have it. I mean, like just having one activity is a bit like like just add a bit too little. So you can perhaps add some more. So yeah, so they you can add like up to three, but yeah. So here's the section of activities. But I remember, if I'm not wrong, like before they let you to, like in my case, they let you to add up to five. But I don't know if they reduce it. But yeah, but I remember like I add like a bit more. So yeah. Um. Then here comes the part where it's a bit challenging, the essay part. Yeah, so you have to complete the following essays. The word limits are noted next to each prompt. So it's like below here, the words required and the words remaining. And here's like the notes that are in red color. So they strongly suggest you that to write your essays first using writing software. This means in a Microsoft Word or in document or in Google document words. So you can like then copy and paste it into these boxes, so then you can like so your essay won't be like lost or anything, or won't be like erased, so you can have it like in a document, and that's like when it's safe. And if you time out, yeah, and here's the reason, then you're losing your essays that you have written here in the boxes. So it's just to make sure that you have your essays there safe, in a document. And so yeah, and then plagiarism notice, also important thing. Your written responses must be solid, your own work and ideas. Plagiarism, either full or in part, will result in your application being withdrawn. So really, guys, don't make any plagiarism, because it won't be anything beneficial. And even if you think they don't know it, they will know it. Like they have the resources, the tools for to make to check like your essays, and also like really like that won't be anything good for you at the end. So don't make any plagiarism. Just like use your imagination and your creativity for these essays, and it will be all good. And then the essay, this question is designed to allow you to explain your response in detail. So this here is the key word, in detail. So like 200 to 400 words, I think is enough for you to explain like something in detail. For example, here's the first question for the essay: what can you do today that you did not think you could do a year ago? So each year they had a different form. So the year that I applied, in my case, was a different question. I remember it wasn't this question, so it is a different one. And so it says reflect on what it looked like to learn and develop the skill, including if others help you. How do you encourage yourself when you are trying to do something new? So I think I feel this question is quite cool, as we are all in the pandemic, and they're trying to see like what had you done like a year ago. So a good one, right? So just like put your imagination, creativity here. Just like I would say like be honest, yeah, like be authentic, like honest with yourself, like write what you had done in the year, even if it's something like boring, you haven't done something like special, like outstanding for yourself, then you write it in a way that feels that when the I don't know, admissions officer reads it, they can have like something, a sense that, oh, this essay perhaps isn't any outstanding in the case of activities that you had done a year ago, but the structure, the way that it's written, or like the words used, or like just like the general structure, the overall content is quite impressive. So I think that's also important part of writing your essay. And also like try to make many drafts. And also like you can have your first draft with some ideas, with different ideas. And also then you can compress those ideas into some sentences or phrases. And then at the end you will have a whole paragraph of what you had done, like answering this question. What can you do today that you did not think you could do a year ago? So just like in this question, you can really make like a difference, like a change, like an improvement, or what will you really add or change like to what you did a year ago. So really like reflect, right? As it says here, reflect, analyze, and just think about this question, right? Here's a fast take. So usually the word to fast take that is under 280 characters. So these questions are designed to allow you to be creative. So in this one, it's really for you to be creative. So the first one, what is the best advice you have heard? Please know the source of the advice is possible. So in this one, so like the best advice, it can be from your friends, from your counselor, from your family members, or anyone, right? So just be creative. So advice that you think, oh, it really like, if it doesn't change your life at all, but improve somehow your a part of your life or your routine or your personality, or you change like your character a bit, or anything that like make an impact like in your life, even if it's like a little change or impact, or like just that advice that you heard and it was really helpful for I don't know, for something that you that you were going to do, then that you can put it like here, being creative. And also like if you have this source of the advice, then you can also like write it here. Then what would you be willing to wait in a really long line for, and why? So I think this is also interesting one. Like really, like I wouldn't even ask myself this question. Like, what would I be willing to wait in a really long line for? Like like usually we will like go to a restaurant and wait for something, but outside of that, like what can you wait? Like what are you waiting for? And when you wait, like what are you hoping to get, right? Like if you're willing to wait for something, then what's that something that you're going to get, right? And like explain the reason, right? Like the why are you waiting that long for that for getting that thing, right? So here also you have to be like creative with the content, with what you're going to write. And so lastly, we have a short answer. This question is designed to allow you to summarize your thoughts. So here, they want to learn more about your background, beliefs, values, and or the important people in your life. So please tell us about something that has influenced you and articulate how it has shaped you. So I remember this is the same one. Yeah, I did answer this question. Yeah, this one is the same. These three were different, but this one is the same. Yeah, I did answer this question. And so yeah, just like under 200 words. And this guy, I remember I wrote something about my identity and my background. So because I have a Chinese background because my family is from China. But then I was born here in Mexico, then with those mix of cultures, traditions, and languages. So I just thought like in that case, like in that side, like how has it impacted my life throughout my education and throughout my whole life. Yeah, like the daily things that I do, and also like just like the language and the different cultures and traditions in my life. So really I explain like what has influenced me and how it has shaped myself. So yeah, it's really like personal, this one. So you can just like talk about your background, beliefs, values, or any important people in your life, like perhaps your parents or a friend that helped you a lot. Like anything that you feel is valuable for you, for yourself, then you can write it here. So yeah, so these are the 4 essays in the essay part. And Yeah, and here we will have the additional information. So this one is like about just also like some basic information, but just like about more about your background, a bit like your gender, demographic, and like this one that you have to choose if you have frequency of your access to internet, like yeah, like because like I mean like before they asked it because for like it was online, but now they still ask it, but I'm not sure like perhaps you can just put like if you do have a computer or you know your internet is fast or how it is, then you can choose here. Then what is commuter students, as YYGS will be residential in 2023. Then they will say, are you interested in attending a New Haven session as a commuter student? So by saying commuter, based on my knowledge, is that you will be living outside of the YYGS campus, so outside of your university campus, so in a near house or in a well yeah in a near house house near our Yale campus. So then that's like you know living outside of the campus. And so if you're saying yes or no, and please know that tuition for a commuter student is 5,500 USD. So it isn't cheap. So I don't know if they will offer any scholarship or financial aid for commuter students. I mean, like living outside of the campus. So I'm not sure in that side, but yeah, like it is up to you. Like if you want to live outside the campus, or like I think you can also live like inside your university campus. So yeah, here's about like your living. Then here's your gender, female or male or other that you want to self-describe. Gender pronouns, he, him, his, she, her, hers, and others. Demographics. So here it will ask you, do you identify yourself as Hispanic or Latino, Latina, or Latino? Like if you say yes or no, if you don't want to answer, then you can just say I prefer not to answer. But for myself, like I would say yes. If yes, from what country are you from? Then I'll say I'm from Mexico. Regardless of your answer to a prior question, please check one or more of the following words with your identity. So also about you know what how you identify yourself in what you know what race like you know. So I will say as I have a Chinese background, I'll say I'm Asian too. So yeah, like if you don't want to like specify, you can just say I prefer not to answer, or if there's like any other that you want to put. So yeah. And here's the refugee status. So it asks you if you are a refugee. So here explains what is a refugee. So in this case, I'm not a refugee. No. Past academic program. So are you a YYGS or a YYAS alumni? It stands for YYGS related program from Yale University. But yeah, so if you are alumni, then you say YYGS alumni or YYAS alumni, or like both of them, or you are not an alumni, so you can apply to it, right? Because if you say you are, I think if you are a YYGS alumni, then they won't let you to apply again, because they just let you to apply once for the program, one time per person. So yeah, so I would say I'm a YYGS alumni only. And then like it will say like what year do you attend, but in this case for you guys it will be not an alumni. Have you attend any other academy summer program in the past? So if you have attend one, then you will say yes, and here you have to specify which program, and if no, then you yes put no, right? So language skills. So in this part it was a bit limited for me as I spoke like four languages and also like yeah, because like as I said about my background, then you put like you know minimum one, you know for sure you have like your native language and English if your native language isn't English. And also you can put a maximum of only three languages, right? So you can put, for example, I would say English. I'm fluent with it. Add a second one. So if you want to say yes, then you can add a second one. For example, I don't know, Chinese. Then I'm native, I would say so. And if you want to add third one, you can say yes. Third one, I don't know. Catalan. Then I will say conversational. And here at the bottom, it will say for students whose native language is not English, please describe your experience with all aspects: reading, writing, listening, and speaking of the language of the English language, and examples of experience that are formal schooling, immersion program, or life experience. So like in maximum 200 words, you just have to explain like if English isn't your like first language, like meaning that you are a native. Because if I put native, then it won't appear the box below, as you can see here. But if I put like any of this conversational, it will appear. Fluent, it will still appear. So if you're not native, or yeah, if it isn't your first language, English, then you have to describe and explain like any experience that you will have with these four aspects, right? And also like any examples of experiences. It can be like in your school or in a program that you attend before, or any like life experiences too. So yeah. Then we had heard about like how did you hear about YGS? So I heard about from after school program club, from alumni of YGS, from a teacher or anyone. You know, they let you to put like multiple options here, and also they want you to summarize in your own words how had you heard like YGS. It is like totally like up to you, like how you heard. Okay, so I said like for an alumni of YGS, then I will just explain like in my own words, like, oh, I heard from this alumni of YGS, like you have his name or anything. So yeah. Did you hear about YGS through any of the following platforms? So yeah, so these are just like I believe are platforms that there are like programs listed there. So if you have heard from any of these, then you can check mark it. But if not, you can just leave it like that because it is optional, as it says here. And then YGS partner, community-based organization, nonprofit. So do you participate in any after-school program or educational access enrichment organization? So you say yes. So you participate in somehow an enrichment organization. So just like a non-profit one. So like it can be like a activity or extracurricular activity that you are attending, but this one is community-based. So it means a non-profit NGO or just like after school program. So in this case, if I say yes, then you have to specify here. They have options for you. But if you if your option is not listed here, then you can put other and you can specify here. But if you don't have any, then you can just put no. Your connection, do you have any connections to Yale, previously participate in a program at Yale, attend a Yale sponsored event, have parent, guardian, sibling, or related affiliate with Yale? So in my case, when I applied, I did put yes, and it is true because I do have family member that, well, right now she is in her third year of at Yale University. She's studying her undergrad at Yale University. So I did put and I explained like who is the person who is attending Yale or the connection, right? So yeah, but if you don't have anyone, then you just put no. Like I don't think it really affect you. But in that case, I put yes. I think it will be. I don't know if it was beneficial for me, but just like be honest here. So yeah. And then let me see. We are almost in the end, but here's the static student conduct, where you say just answer like 2 questions. Disciplinary violations. So here they ask you, have you ever been found responsible for a disciplinary violation at any school, summer program, or job? So if you haven't, then I guess for the majority you haven't. So you just put no. Felonies, misdemeanors, or infractions. Have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor, felony, or a crime? Then if you haven't, then you just put no. And yeah, if you have any questions here, there's a note here for your responses here. So but if you haven't like done, and I mean like if you didn't do any of these 2 things, then you are all fine. Yeah, you are good. So, then okay. So here's the certification by applicant. So just like ask you to sign below. So your full name, your full legal name, right? So here's my full legal name. Then I will say confirm. And for the payment options, so based on, well, yeah, the application fees are not refundable, and Yeah, here's just the information about like their applications. Can learn more about YGS application by visiting the required components page on their website. And how do you plan to pay your application fee? As we are international students, payment in foreign currency, including baht and while, foreign credit or debit cards, and any other native options like Alipay or UnionPay. Um, and then you will review. It will be like the end for your application, and then here's the section. So I didn't fill this because it was an sample for it. So yeah, so these are the required files in all these sessions. So these are the missing sessions or files that you haven't complete. And so yeah, and so like here is the fee waiver request. So it says openly to those who apply for need-based financial aid. Then the portal will allow you to track if your request is approved or denied. And also like for the base financial aid, so I will also say I don't know if it's a tip, but I will say be honest in that case. Like if you need a good amount, a big amount of financial aid, then just say that you need the amount, because if at the end you say an amount that is lesser than the amount that you need, then you had to pay a bigger amount at the end, and that isn't beneficial for you because perhaps you won't be able to afford it or anything. So just be honest in that case. Like I'm not sure if they are need blind for international students for financial aid in this program, but in my case, I request like almost like more than 80-90% of financial aid, and I still like got it and got into a program, and so yeah, like I don't think it really affect you that much. So just be honest here, because if it is the the cost, so it is really to see like if you can afford it or not. And they also want to make sure that there isn't any financial barrier for attending this program. So I think with that they want you to be honest with your need-based financial aid. So yeah, so I think that's all for my part. Like here's the end of the application, and if you have complete all the section here, then it won't appear this. It will appear like kind of without any red signs here, and you will be able to here in this case, after you complete all the sections, then it will appear like a button for you to submit your program. But in this case, save for later because I haven't complete all of them. But if you complete all of them here, then you will be able to submit your application to the program. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great, great, fantastic. Okay, so like after submitting the whole application, you just have to wait for their emails, because if they want to get any kind of additional information or any kind of things, they just email you. So just tune with emails. Okay, emails are the most important in your application of YYGS. Okay, Eric. And Eric, what's about essays? Like essays, how many times we have to invest on essays? Like when we have to start writing our essays, like how many days before the YYGS application?
Yeah, so as the application says, the deadline for submitting application is 10th of January, right? It is coming, so there's like almost like 1 month left to complete the application. So I would say like start as soon as possible. So when I say like as soon as possible, like start when you know about this program, or you want to apply to this program that you're sure about it. So you start by completing your basic information. You get into the recommendation letter, filling out about your school and your transcript. And also after that, then you can put like your activity, just like 1, 2, or 3 as show before. But the most important thing there is the essay part. So I would say like invest like around, like if I had to say a time, then like 2-3 weeks, like a minimum of 1 week, like to your essays, because it isn't that much like the essays for the word amount, but it is 4 essays. So I would say yeah, like invest some time there. As I said, make some drafts for yourself like before submitting the complete essay for it. And also just like that you are confident with the essays that you wrote, and that you can be able to put it in the boxes there, and that yeah, that is like for you the best essay for yourself. And so yeah, then you are all good with your essays. But yeah, like invest somehow like around 2 weeks writing your essay, reflecting, thinking about the questions. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And extracurriculars are the main part in YYGS application, YYGS. So just try to show your all best extracurricular activities in the best way. Okay, there was one section write about like what experience you got from this activity. So try to show your real activities or anything you think that yeah it's really helpful for me. So just try to be genuine in your extracurriculars, or don't try to be like fake. Some students saying that okay, I am a high school I am like leader in my high school club, or I do that in high school like that. So it's common. So just try to be genuine and don't try to be like fake things or extracurriculars, because it might be decrease your chances, because that officer is might be like experienced. Okay, he reviewed many applications and he have a long journey in application review. So just try to be genuine in your whole application. Okay, I'm not just talking about your extracurriculars, but be genuine in your whole application.
Yeah, that is. And also a tip for filling out your extracurricular activities in this program, as they just let you to fill out like three like as maximum activities. Then I would really recommend you to fill the activities that you feel most confident with and that is most impactful for yourself. So really, like if you don't have any international or national activities that you're participating from, then that's fine. That's really like if I mean like if you don't have any, you cannot really put any, right? So just like any that you have or that is available to you, then or any activities that you have committed the most, like they really want to see like the commitment and also the perseverance like in those activities or on any organization that you have been to. So yeah, just like put the activities that is most important to you and most meaningful to you. So yeah.
Yeah, and what's about Eric? Some student thought that if I will submit my TOEFL, IELTS, and English proficiency test scores, so it will increase my chances. Or some student thought that if I submit my SAT score, so these kind of things really matters in application.
I think there isn't any like standardized test score like for SAT or ACT or PSAT. So I think you don't have to submit any of those, and I think they won't consider those. But for the English proficiency test score, they will still like consider if you submit it because it is optional. But if you don't submit it, wouldn't consider it. But I would say I think it will like impact a little bit your application in the way that they will have like more understanding of like your English, because I think it will also be shown like in your essays, because your essays will be in English, then your English proficiency will also be shown in your essays. But if you want to submit one to as a reference or as a proof, then you can also submit it. But yeah, like I think it will like impact like a little bit more like in a positive way. So
Okay, okay. And second thing is editing essays. Some students getting help from their counselors or some organizations for editing their essays. So it's good or not? It's good or bad? I think it's good. I
yeah,
think.
so for editing essays, like asking for help to, I mean, not to write your essays because at the end you have to write your own essay. You have to write it, but I would say it's better to ask for, suggestions or also like feedbacks instead of asking for help to like write your essay. Or perhaps you can also ask for some tips how to write your essay, like the structure of your essay, but like don't ask like for what can I put, because at the end the content that you are put is from yourself, not from other people. So but yeah, but you can ask for feedback and suggestions. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, don't ask to write the whole essay, okay, to anyone. If you are like getting help in your essay editing or sometimes suggestions, it might be good. But if you are thinking that okay, there was a teacher who is an English expert or literature expert or experienced person, so I have to get my whole essay written by that person, so it's not a good idea. Okay, it's never be a good idea. Okay, the like YYGS want to know about yourself. Okay, no, he or she, they are want to know about your application, everything about you. Okay, so never do that kind of mistakes, because many students thinking that if I got essay from that person who is a good in like English like that, so it's never be helpful. Okay, so just be yourself, or write everything by your okay.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, what's about your other summer program applications, like you are applying in RSI, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I just indeed, like yesterday I submit my application for TAS, the Tertiary Association Program. Yeah, I just submitted yesterday. It was quite I don't know how to describe it, like the feeling, because there were like almost like 4 or 5 essays too. So, but they were a bit longer, I would say. So they were like 2 essays of 250 words, then 3 essays of 400 at least and 500 maximum. So, but yeah, I submitted like yesterday my task application, and now I'm trying. I'm just finishing my application for Launch X, for the entrepreneurship program. I'm just missing like my video, that part. But yeah.
Okay, got it. So Rick have like lots of experience. He is applying in summer programs, or already enrolled in summer programs, selected in YYGS. So he have a like lots of experience about summer programs. So I thought if you have any kind of doubts, so just ask from us. Okay, Eric have a lots of experience, knowledge, and like I thought, yeah, he will definitely got into a top university, because he is hardworking, and he's brilliant student, I thought. So he definitely got into MIT or Harvard. So MIT or Harvard is your dream university now? It's true.
Um, Harvard, it was before my dream one, but now as I would like to major in business, and Harvard University doesn't really have like a business major; they have an economy one. So and now I would say like UPenn is my dream one, like right now. So, but yeah.
Okay, UPenn. Yeah, UPenn also a great university. And like any time when you go to any prestigious university, like you visited to any top most university in past,
Oh,
any?
I haven't, but I'm thinking to visit like the next year, like to Harvard, because I got into a conference program of 2 days that will be held at Harvard University in February of 2023. So I might be visiting Harvard next year. But yeah, but I'm hoping to also visit some other top schools too.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Congratulations, Rick. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really a great, yeah, great opportunity. Okay. So I think it is like it's a long video, so I will start editing after. Okay. So anything you want to like add in this video, or any suggestions, anything?
Yeah, perhaps lastly, I would say like so I know like a lot of times when we submit our application, we have to wait. Like for example, in the YYGSK, the program, after you submit your application, you have to wait for some months, I guess, for your application result. You know, for your admission results, if you were accepted or not. So I think that in that time, don't be stressful. Like just like be like yourself in your daily routine, because if you are wondering or like you are preoccupating about it, then then you won't in life then you won't like enjoy your life at all. So just be the person who you are after you submit the application, because like you submit it because you were confident with it. So and then yeah, so don't stress out with the application. Be like organized with the application, and just be peaceful, just like enjoy the application process, and also after the application that you submitted. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a journey, and I think the beautiful of like the most beautiful journey is that you enjoying. Like if you are enjoying that journey, then you can say that yeah, it's a good journey. And if you are like stressing or thinking that okay, I am selected or not, so just enjoy that journey, or follow your passion. So it's a like journey type.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick, I am just ending this session. Okay, I
Okay.
think you are. Okay. Bye bye, Rick. Or if you have any kind of help from us, okay, just message me. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thanks to you, Krishna.
Okay. Bye bye, Rick.
Bye.